Wow. Bienvenidos, everyone. Take a moment. Oh, we're still playing this. Hold on. I was like, who is speaking? Okay. Bueno, I really hope that you feel welcome here in this space, that you embrace being within these walls one last time. As you all know, La Casita, it is time to say hasta pronto to you. And I know that this space means so much to so many of us. And so it is really my pleasure to be able to host you all along with my Multicultural and Diversity Affairs family, students, alumni, staff, our administrators, everyone who's here. I know that you have gone through these walls and this house has meant something to you. And so I'm going to introduce you to the Director of Hispanic Latino Affairs, Interim Associate Director of Multicultural and Diversity Affairs, Gabe Lara, to welcome you.
All right, how's everyone doing? Good. Welcome to La Despedida. I know this is one event that you kind of don't want to do, but at the same time, we need to pay our respects for what La Casita means to everyone. I know on behalf of all the previous directors of the Institute of Hispanic Latino Cultures, HLA, we have witnessed a lot of students coming in and out of this house. I know that what this means to you all. I know everything that has happened here. All the positive things that have happened at La Casita, about student organizations beginning here, where they met for the first time, they came here, for people meeting their best friends, the loves of their lives, all of that stuff, they met here at La Casita. So there's a lot of things that happen in these walls. If these walls could talk, imagine what it would say. It would share all the gossip that you all share with your friends. It would share about the cheese.
Dude, and the house is bilingual too.
Yeah. Exactly, the house is bilingual, yes. Everything that if these walls could talk, what would it say? So, you know, when you think about a cultural center or something like La Casita represents, I remember as an undergrad when I had something like La Casita, you know, that I was passionate about as an undergrad. You know, they told me that they were going to tear it down. We changed ourselves to Casa Latina, that's what we called ours, Casa Latina. We changed ourselves to that, and we said, hell no, you're not going to tear it down. They waited us out, because 4 years later they did tear it down. They waited till we left. You know, but we stuck to what we believed in. I know you all stuck to what you believe in. You gave us, as the staff of HLA and MCDA, some hell, and you better not let this go. It better come back up. It better do this. It better do that. And yes. And that's exactly what we did. We made sure that this was going to come back. You know, a lot of people are still a little skeptical. They're like, are you sure it's going to come back? Yes, it's going to come back. You know, we're in those meetings all the time. Architects have been chosen. Construction team has been chosen. And the great thing about the architects and the construction teams is that on both ends, the architects and the construction, they're Gators. So they graduate from Gator. Both of them, the construction person, he is Cuban American. He's a former Gator who visited La Casita. From the architect side, she oversees that. She's also Gator as well, and she's Latina as well, who has overseen a lot of the stuff. So we're putting personal, you know, interest into this, into the construction, to what it would look like. So we're excited about that. So what I want you all to understand is, I know it's all the memories that y'all have had here. We're going to create those memories with the new Casita. It is coming up. A lot of people have been asking me, when it will be torn down, when will it be coming back up? It's going to be the end of this semester. Will probably be when we start construction. Though you're going to see some fences or some walls that are coming up next month. So you can see that. That's where we want you to put your handprint on La Casita one last time. Write a message on the wall that we have back here. And then construction will start at the end of the semester, and it'll be back up, hopefully the end of spring semester 2018. You all will be able to do that. The great thing about that is the new Casita is going to be bigger, a lot bigger than what we have now. We're going to be having some space that we're going to be sharing with the Institute of Black Culture. Along with that, a lot of assembly rooms. We want these organizations to come back to La Casita. You all have outgrown La Casita in a sense. We want you to come back, utilize the space that we have here, all the resources that we have here. I'm excited about everything that has happened, but at the same time, with all the positive, there's some negative things that have happened. With the defacing of La Casita in the early 2000s, even more recently, some Facebook trolling about with our Voto Latino UF group, saying that you're going to lose membership because the mass deportations that are going to happen. We still get that now, and this is the space that you all have to come here to organize, to to advocate, to meet together, to do all of that stuff, and that's going to continue. I don't want anyone to think that it's not going to continue. Even though it's going to be a new building, a new space, you're going to create those memories. We do have the mugs that we are giving away. Does anyone have one? See that mug right here? Does anyone have one? See those mugs right there? Grab one. Because what I want you to do is bring that back to when La New Casita opens up, and I want you to have your first cup of coffee at La New Casita with that mug. Okay?
That was cute, Jake. That was cute.
So now you're like, all right, now I gotta grab that mug. No, love you. So again, thank you so much for everyone to be here. This is one of these moments that are bittersweet, but I will guarantee you that La New Casita is going to be able to give you more of what we ask for on this campus, and we're going to continue fighting for what we deserve and the space that we all need here on campus. So thank you very much.
I really look forward to a new space where everybody can see me when I'm speaking, and it's a little more open. So those are the few things that we really, as much as we love these casitas, we're going to be so excited for the new space to be more accessible, to be more welcoming, to be more 21st century for our 21st century students, so that it can be up for 50, 100 more years. So that's really exciting for us. And we actually, to encapsulate the legacy of the current casita, had a spoken word contest that we put out on our Facebook. And we're really, really excited, after many submissions and reviews, to have the winner of the contest, to introduce him to you so that he can do a little performance on what La Casita means to him. So Justin Ortiz is a second-year student from Puerto Rico. Yes. He's a rapper and a spoken word artist, and we really welcome you to the stage. Thank you, Justin.
Hi, everybody. This is my first ever spoken word, so I'm usually kind of a rapper, but I'm going to try and slow it down. It's really tough to think that this building, this establishment, this monumental house so deep to the ones who lavished it, will soon be over, knocked down, and almost inhabitant. But I happen to look forward, preach the future. I'm an advocate. What the future unfolds, damn man, this world may not know. A new house for this home? I'm second guessing this, yo. Because it's really sad. It's really sad to let it go. It's like a mama with her child begging so they don't get old. It's like my teacher from first grade teaching us to add like so. But you can't add up all these feelings or inside I will explode. You know? You can't change what's meant to be. It's a new home that I foresee. UF, we need this space to set us free. Set us free from the barriers society has placed upon us. Set us free from the ones who say we aren't smart enough. Set us free with this house, because all we want is all of us to find a new house that we can call as one of us. And you know, sometimes I really think deep. I'm thinking about in 10 years where we will be. But I know we'll move forward. That's why God gave us feet. But honestly, sometimes thinking deep just isn't enough. These rough times are like diamonds, sometimes stuck in the rough. And these rough times come in waves, and our strength may go away. But our familia will still be here to guide us through these rough days. We aren't gonna gaze in days, black, white, Hispanic, or gays. My mama taught me every human deserves to be loved and praised. And because it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. We master an actor in crucial moments of disaster. Fake emotions turn our tears into some laughter. But what's really on the outside is hiding what's in that shattered. What's on the outside is hiding what's in that shattered. And what's shattered is our pride to live the way we want inside. Screw every person that came telling us how to live our lives. Don't let society say what's right. Don't let society say what's wrong. Because they're wrong if they say they can classify us all as one. And this house preaches the morals we all were raised by. Our strength from within comes out when we finally stand high. No one can stop us if we stick together until our grave. The battle within ourselves, to break the barriers and acknowledge all that La Casita has gave. Hasta pronto. Dios te bendiga.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful. It really made me feel all the feelings, as if I wasn't already, right? Well, thank you so much, Justin. I really appreciate your words, and I know that they really were relatable to many of us. And I also want to acknowledge the presence here of our Association of Hispanic Alumni. As you all know, Hispanic Latino Affairs has definitely always had the support of the Association of Hispanic Alumni, and we have a representative of AHA here with us, Priscilla Kissinger, who's going to share a few words with us from AHA. So please welcome Priscilla.
It's very hard to go after that. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Our president, Diana Delgado, had planned to be able to come up from Miami, and unfortunately she wasn't able to make the drive up. So she emailed the speech that she was going to give, so I'm going to be speaking as if I'm Diana, the magic wand. So please accept my deepest regret in not being able to be with you in person today. La Casita for me, as for many members of the UF Association of Hispanic Alumni, holds a very, very special place in our hearts. For many Hispanic students, La Casita became a literal home away from home during our time there. It provided what we missed dearly: the tools to succeed in and out of the classroom, lifelong friendships, advisors for your troubles, and cafecito and comfort food. Now, as alumni coming back to visit, that feeling hasn't changed. We have always been welcomed back with open arms and plates of food.
Yeah.
This is where we've hosted our homecomings and encores for the last 20 years, where we've connected with current students to share our experiences. It makes today very bittersweet, because although we're saying adios to our beloved Casita as it stands now, we know it's for the greater Gator good. The AHA is excited about the next chapter in La Casita's story. We are committed to continue to bridge the gaps between alumni and students. The AHA's mission today, as it's always been, is to raise funds for student scholarships and keep UF close to its expanding alumni base. So, to La Casita, on behalf of our more than 27,000 alumni, nos despedimos y nos veremos pronto. Arriba, Caimanes.
Of course, I have had the great privilege to work here for Multicultural Diversity Affairs and Hispanic Latino Affairs, as has Gabe, for the past year and a half. But it's not the staff who make this house. It's the students who make this house. And especially, I'd like to give a shout out to our present and former ambassadors. Raise your hand, present and former ambassadors. So our embajadores are true representatives of our space, and they're the ones who really welcome the rest of the Gator Nation into our space, and they let them into the magic of this home. And so I want to welcome to you all one of our embajadores, who's going to tell you about his experience with La Casita, Sergio Arenas.
Hi everyone. So I'm an ambassador of La Casita of HLA now, but I actually started with LGBT affairs, and that was because La Casita wasn't necessarily a home for me, and I wasn't comfortable being here. So I remember Moy, the current GA, he asked me once why I'm never in La Casita, and I told him bluntly because I do not feel comfortable here. And then he goes, what can I do? So what can he do to make this place a little bit safer for me? And I, jokingly around, told him, put a rainbow flag. And then he did it. And in the beginning, I started coming here just to honor that hard work, because I know that that's a bravery in itself too. But then I started realizing, I started to talking to all the ambassadors and the administrators about their experiences and about my experiences. And knowing that they were all willing to learn a little bit about me and my experiences and why I felt othered in this house, and how hard then they worked for me to feel safe. That's something that I'm always going to treasure. That's a memory that I'm always going to have. And it taught me that, like, for me, this wasn't a home. The people are the home. The building was just a building that reminded me of my experiences of being othered with my culture. But then these people created a new culture for me, and it allowed me to be and say that I am a proud Latino, and I'm a proud gay Latino. And so Diana, Gabe, Moy, and every current ambassador and every former ambassador that also fought for this to be a very inclusive space for all Latinos, for all Hispanics, for all Latinx individuals. I want to say thank you, and for those that will remain, keep working hard, because not all Latinx folks are in this building, and not all Hispanic folks are in this building. So thank you very much.
I'd also like to finally just recognize some of our biggest supporters who are always here for Hispanic Latino Affairs. It's not just our wonderful Multicultural and Diversity Affairs staff. It's not just our students. It's really those faculty members, those other administrators that are always here, just using our space, bringing their classes here, always giving back, always telling their students to come to La Casita, to come to Hispanic Latino Affairs. We just really appreciate your support. So I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Dr. Philip Williams, the director of the Center for Latin American Studies. Also, of course, our Multicultural and Diversity Affairs staff, our interim executive director, Will Atkins. Our director of Black Affairs, B. Bird. And of course, one of our favorite faculty members, I'm not afraid to say it, one of our biggest supporters, and the person who I wanted to end our speaking program with, our wonderful supporter, Rosana.
Thank you, Diana, for that and for saying that. And it's lovely for me to look out and see a lot of really familiar faces that I've had in classrooms. But no matter what, mi gente, right? So in class or outside of class. So when she asked me to speak, I was like, of course, in a heartbeat. This space was also my space. I was a graduate student here at UF. I started, before the economic crisis, so every Tuesday there was free food. And I would come with my cohort of, Latin American graduate students, primarily, and there were a lot of linkages at the time between HSA organizations and visa organizations. I remember staying here one night until 2 in the morning with mariachis that Masa had brought from Tampa, but we kept going, like, collecting money and going like, stay, play another hour, because this place made us feel like we could. So I know that we want to move on to the funner parts of these things, and I don't want to get too emotional, but I was going to start this off by asking Jen and Christian and anyone else who was in my City of Latin America class to tell me the difference between place and space. But I'm not going to make you do that now. Because this is the space, and I think I couldn't have said it better than what Sergio said. The space is here. The difference between place and space is that placemaking is something that becomes active process of the people through their activities, their interactions, their emotions, their memories, all of the things that get imbued. What makes spaces special is when we turn them into places. I know that we will turn the new La Casita into a place just as well, but it's up to all of you to pay it forward, right? To bring more people, to keep saying the ways in which this was meaningful to you, and to make sure that you keep us to task, because the students come and go. Like I think what you were saying, Gabe, you know, they waited you out. This place was born of fire and activism. I was on this campus when there was no Speak for President painted on this thing. We are entering a climate that feels worse than it did in 2001, to be perfectly honest with you. And it is up to us to say no apologies, won't back down, and to make this space as safe but as vocal as it has always been. So thank you. It's a privilege for me to continue seeing this. You know, I couldn't do my job if I didn't see fire in your eyes. So thank you for all of that. And
Well, thank you all. It's an amazing crowd, and just looking out, all I have to say is all that is left to do is one final La Casita dance party.
Yes.
So one of my ambassadors wants to unpause the iPad. We just really want for you to enjoy the space. Remember, embrace it. Put those handprints on the outside. Leave your mark. Write a message on our wall. Remember La Casita. It's forever. So thank you so much, y'all.